How you doing, guys? Um, this is sort of a continuation of my description of how the ocean is changing its chemistry structure and the molecular structure of the hydrogen and the oxygen particle, and the air is changing, and air toxicity is happening, and lung problems are fucking becoming the norm if the oxygen reaches to the point of 24% in the atmosphere. And then the atmosphere changing, etc., and becoming more volatile, and the lightning strikes, etc. The Super Bowl, it's how I mentioned things, and fires igniting more frequently and harder to put out. I don't know if you could think outside the box, sort of, you know what I mean, about what I was trying to hint there. But if you didn't get my drift, what I was heading for was a scenario where back in the past we've developed the atom bomb. You know what I mean? The atom bomb developed the hydrogen bomb. You know what I mean? And a big blast. You know what I mean? They're pretty powerful, eh? You know what I mean? That was just one atom bomb and one hydrogen bomb. You know what I mean? Now, picture this, man. If a volatile atmosphere happens and a volatile ocean happens, right? This is a hypothesis once again, but it's a very strong hypothesis, right? Very strong hypothesis. And we've got signs of the major sign is the fires igniting and hard to put out, which equals a volatile atmosphere and air, which we're breathing in and stuff like that. So, okay. So what if, the question is, what if we move to a point where this still continues, right? And we have a strong enough lightning bolt, a super bolt, which hits the ocean at a certain specific time where the chemistry and the pH level is in the right mode. Because, you think, what is it? Fresh water, and salt water. Salt water, I think, conducts more electricity. You know what I mean? That's a salt battery. Like if you do, I don't know if you used to watch the Curiosity show. Here in Australia, this is in Australia, man. Curiosity. The guy, man, he used to do fucking little experiments and shit, man. You could do salt bottles, salt batteries, salt battery and stuff like that, Salt's a good conductor of electricity and stuff like that. Back in the ancient times, they used to combine a river and the ocean having salt water, and the river going into the ocean, and that stream, by interception there, that could generate electricity. So electric charge could happen, right? The combination of fresh water, and which is a river, leading to a salty ocean, you could sort of generate some kind of electric charge, man. If you gotta look it up, anyway. So even a bomb, a nuclear bomb or something like that, can basically, set something off, you know what I mean, in the future. But just think of that nuclear bomb just being a spark, right? And think of that lightning bolt, that super bolt being a spark to ignite something. And what is it going to ignite if the chemistry and the molecular structure of the ocean is changing, which is becoming a little bit more volatile? If the atmosphere is volatile, then the ocean's volatile. So a section of a very a fair amount of water could be volatile, man, with the atmosphere. So in that thought process, like I said, this is hypotheses, guys, hypotheses, man. But everybody should think this hypotheses, man. You know what I mean? Because you know, you got to put one and one together as well. So basically, you've got a scenario where if something ignites because of the pH level and the molecular structure and the chemistry of the ocean allows electric charge to generate to a point where it might ignite the highest section of the ocean worldwide, right around. Plus, as a domino effect, ignite the atmosphere, which is volatile because fires are pretty hard to put out. When the tree burns it, you know what I mean? That suggests that the increase of oxygen is increased, so it's volatile. So if this all goes to a point where it could be all volatile and a big explosion could happen, it will be equivalent to basically not one nuclear bomb, not one atom bomb. It will be equivalent to 1 million nuclear bombs and 1 million atom bombs going off at the same time, right? So, like I said, this is a hypothesis, man, you know what I mean? But it's a very strong hypothesis, man. So basically, if 1 million, what would we already know by camera, by video, by whatever it's been filmed, what one nuclear bomb can do and one hydrogen bomb can do. It's been filmed. It's massive. It looks like a big mushroom cloud. It looks fucking hell, man. You know what I mean? Times that by 1 million, and on top of that, tuck away 1 million hydrogen atom bombs as well. So hydrogen bombs and atom bombs put in one basket, and you release that energy. What will be left of the planet or the place where we are? What will be left of the ocean? What how much time would we have to realize that it's going to go off? Would it be instantaneously? Like, for example, you're looking at this video and all you see is darkness, man, you know what I mean? And a flash of light, you know what I mean? Let there be light, like the Bible says, you know what I mean? Let there be light. A big flash of light could happen, man, you know what I mean? Being that fucking explosive and that many fucking a million hydrogen bombs and 1 million atom bombs all at once. So basically, if that goes, right, where do we go? What happens? So space, which is above us, the space which is above us now. I'm talking about space now. The cosmos, which is above us. And what we've been taught by NASA, stuff like that, you know what I mean? We don't know everything is true, you know what I mean? It's, you know, but this is a hypothesis, man, you know what I mean? What happens if everything goes up like that, man? There'll be nothing left of the planet, hey? Everything would ignite. A big flash of light will happen. A portal will open up, a rip in the fabric of time and space will open up, right? And release the energy in another direction, right? Now, where does this energy go? If this is a possibility, right? Like something opens up, like a wormhole, not a wormhole, black hole, or porthole, whatever, you know what I mean, and just a rip, a hole in the fabric of time and space happens, and then exerts all this energy out, right? Or exerts something which has got the mechanism of it's got the mechanism of buoyancy. See, we don't know about buoyancy that good, man. You know what I mean? Buoyancy. Now, buoyancy is something which you get in the ocean, man, right? What is buoyancy equivalent to? If you put one and one together, what does buoyancy is equivalent to? It's equivalent to what we've been taught about NASA, you know, NASA and the spacemen. You know what I mean? That buoyancy, there's buoyancy in space. The buoyancy in space, the gravity, which, you know, you hover, you're floating around, you know what I mean? Okay, then you put that, it's like building a cake or something, man, you know what I mean? Or you put that ingredients in the formula or the hypotheses, you put that ingredients in the hypotheses, you know what I mean? Buoyancy, which is the ocean, and buoyancy or gravity, a certain degree of gravity and buoyancy is very similarity. They're like cousins, man, you know what I mean? But then you've got this mechanism which holds things in place. So the debris, now let's get to the debris thing, man. Debris, what's debris? Matter, particles, etc., man. So where would these matter and particles come from? Coexistent civilization, or cosmos, coexistent cosmos, or coexistent solar system, or coexistent planets, right? Which went up all together with this big massive ignition, you know what I mean? This spark which happened, and then exerted this debris to a point where it's got push and hold together. You know what I mean? Now, the push and hold theory now, which is exert and extraction, retraction, exertion, right? Or I should say, well, that's the best way to say it, man. You know what I mean? Or implode and explode, right? Implode and explode, right? So if you think basically, if you let's talk about space now, man. You know, I don't know about space. I've never been to space, man. You know what I mean? I've had my feet on the ground here, man, with nature and shit. Anyway, let's talk about space. Space and time. Space and time. There's no time in space, they say. You know what I mean? So the time interval is different in space, right? So the time interval on Earth with an explosion going off has got a certain degree of explosion, right? Not implosion, but it's got an explosion, an outward force, right? So that outward force forces all the particles away, but doesn't hold them in place. Okay? So let's ignite a bomb on this planet, do the experiment, exertion, bang. Okay, particles fall to the ground, bang, because of gravity, because what we're in here. But if everything was to go up like and cause such a havoc in space and time, which we're in, an explosion in space will have no time interval in one aspect. The time interval will be different, which is the time interval on here on Earth, in between the layers of the atmosphere and etc., and the gravity, the force, whatever. So what you'll get is an explosive, implosive effect, which is, and remember, the explosive and imploding effect, plus the buoyancy element of the ocean, which is cousins to the gravity in space, will give you a result in holding the particles in position to reform again. So we've got basically particles from a coexistent era, right? With electricity and technology built into it and stuff like that. So it's, you know, it's got the hybrid system in there too, which is, you know, electric and digital and nature and particle and analog, exploding and imploding in space. So the explosion and the implosion effect without time interval and holding things in place will result to matter to form and be in an equilibrium point where they land, basically, and where they end up. And through time, amalgamate and grow into something what we believe or what we've been told exists, like planets and moons and etc. and suns and star systems. And that's a theory, man. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is something pretty deep, man. I'm saying something which is fairly deep, actually, man. It leads to so deepness, man, that you know, you have to sort of check your soul. It's that deep, you know what I mean? So that's all I need to say, man. See you later, guys.